Well, good morning. I'm Evan DeLucia. I'm the director of the Institute for Sustainability, Energy, and Environment here at the University of Illinois. I want to welcome all of you, particularly those who have come from far away to participate in this workshop. I just want to say just a few quick words about the Institute. As Ed talked about, we have 6 major research institutes on campus, and we use these institutes to bridge disciplines. And so this particular workshop and the research underlying it is being funded by the Institute for Energy, Sustainability, Energy, and Environment, but it's done collaboratively with NCSA and also the Woese Institute for Genomic Biology. So we've come together to get this project off the ground. The mission of IC, the Institute for Sustainability, Energy, and Environment, is to foster actionable research. We work very closely with private sector partners to take our research and put it into practice. To be a national and international leader through our education and outreach efforts. And also we have this mission of campus sustainability. And I just want to say a few words about each. There are 5 major research themes in the Institute. This one is under a secure and sustainable agriculture group. So again, the idea here is really to seed, to be a venture capital group to launch interdisciplinary research on campus. The campus sustainability piece is very interesting, and I just want to say just 2 words about it. This campus has made a really breakthrough, almost unprecedented commitment nationally as an educational institution to bring this campus to carbon neutrality by no later than the year 2050, and we're working on accelerating that plan to the year 2030. So we've made a real commitment to essentially walk the walk and show leadership by our efforts in that space. We also run the C Fellows program, which is a campus-wide minor in sustainability with an emphasis on systems thinking and systems analysis. Well, let's get to the topic at hand. So here's the trifecta, right? Here's the challenge that this particular workshop and the research coming from this workshop is aiming to solve. We're rapidly racing toward a planet with 9 billion people on it. Those 9 billion people have to eat. And so how do we provide food and nutrition to feed a planet of 9 billion plus? And do that in the context of a changing climate system. Those 9 billion, 7 billion, 7.8 billion right now are putting incredible demands on our energy systems, increasing carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and fueling a rapid change in the global climate system. So we need more food, and that food has to be grown in the context of a arguably more stressful environmental context. Our food production systems also directly affect the atmosphere through the emissions and acquisition of greenhouse gases. So all of that is sort of working together. So how are we going to provide more food to feed 9 billion? There's a very interesting paper that came out by Steve Running a few years ago that claimed that the total productivity of biomass on the planet, 114 gigatons of carbon per year in biomass, is a global boundary. So it's kind of a fixed. It hasn't changed very much and may be set by the physical conditions of this planet. Human beings are already using 20% of that total, approximately. And so the question comes, one species. So the question arises, how much can we usurp? How much can we take for ourselves and still have functional ecosystems on the planet? The issue is not using more land to grow agricultural crops. As a matter of fact, we've sort of saturated the arable land on the planet right now, and as the population increases, we're seeing the arable land per capita decrease. So this is the doom and gloom scenario. But it's not all bad news. As a matter of fact, I'm very optimistic, and I'm very optimistic that projects like this, plants in silico, will point the direction towards solutions. So I want to just point out a few things on this incredibly complicated graph that we published a couple of years ago. Going from left to right, there's big bars at TU and little bars under MODIS. It doesn't matter which one of these you look at. The big bar, TU, is the theoretical productivity that is achievable based on the maximum physiological processes we know about at any given place on the planet. The next one, TL, and that's with unlimited water and nitrogen. The next one, TL, is the theoretical maximum if there are water limitations, which of course they are, and they vary spatially across the planet. The next one, OL, is if you use the highest conversion efficiency for photosynthesis, for light into biomass, that has already been observed by plants, so this is not theoretical, already observed by plants, and use that conversion efficiency for plants growing in different locations around the planet, that's the amount of biomass you would get, the OL number, and the MODIS number is what's actually produced in those different locations. And so the point of this graph is that OL, which is a modest goal, is 10 to 20 times bigger than what we're currently producing. So there's enormous upside potential to increase productivity and increase the food supply for the planet and do it arguably in a sustainable way. And I'm hoping this kind of research will set the path for that direction. Okay, so plants in silico. Plants in silico, a comprehensive computer modeling of plant growth and productivity, a heuristic model, accelerating research in food and biomass production. I want to make one plug here. And the reason why I'm giving a call out to visualization tools is I'm an empiricist in my research, and in my opinion, science will really accelerate when the kinds of tools developed by this group are made usable by people who are at the empirical side. So expanding the community by having good user interfaces and visualization. So I know that's usually the last part of these modeling exercises, but I'm hoping that this group, as it launches its international presence, will build that into to early stages. Okay, the purpose of the symposium. What can we learn from similar modular multi-scale modeling platforms? We heard a really stimulating talk last night by Daniel Beard. The virtual rat is working in exact parallel to the efforts that we're looking here, and I think there's going to be opportunities for a lot of cross-fertilization. Information exchange and enduring relationship internationally on this research topic is going to be critical. And of course, mapping a course to achieve plant in silico by creating that community framework and supporting that community framework is going to be very important. So I look very much to listening to our activities and participating in the workshops in the next day and a half, and wish you well with this endeavor. Thanks.